first look, the Omega Seamaster series appears to be an unusual mix of watches. There are diving watches, exquisite sports watches, and vintage-inspired timepieces to choose from, not to mention the many complexities. However, a closer look reveals that the original concept of the 1948 Seamaster watch lives on in the present collection. High-quality, water-resistant timepieces designed for an active lifestyle. While the Omega Seamaster collection includes a variety of different models, it is most known for its dive watch lineup, which includes 3 separate Omega dive watch models. And one of the best luxury diving watches ever considered in the world belongs to this collection. This is the Omega Seamaster Diver 300. The Omega Seamaster Diver 300M debuted in 1993 as the company's current diving watch. The Seamaster Diver 300M features a 300-meter water resistance rating and a helium escape valve on its casing, as its name suggests. The helium escape valve located at 10 o'clock is still present on the Seamaster Diver 300M, although it has a more conical form. Previously, the SMP, or most known as the Seamaster Diver, was only available on a metal bracelet. Now, you may choose between a metal bracelet and an integrated black or blue rubber strap. The new 2018 Omega Seamaster Diver 300M will remain affordable, with prices starting at 4,400 Swiss francs, depending on the reference. The Diver 300M has unidirectional rotating bezels and bright features on the dial, as do many current dive watches. In typical Omega fashion, the watch comes in a variety of case metals, bracelet materials, and dial colors, with ceramic bezels on the most recent models. Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we will be featuring one of the best luxury diving watches ever created, the Omega Seamaster Diver 300. Alright, let's get more into details, shall we? The Seamaster was released in 1948 as Omega's response to the rising need for a durable, daily timepiece. The first Seamaster was a robust, do-it-all timepiece with even better water resistance than its military forebears, thanks to the innovation of the rubber O-ring gasket to keep the elements out. Based on the success and watchmaking know-how, they honed making over 110,000 timepieces for the British military during World War II. The Omega Seamaster 300 that had been introduced in 2014 and is not to be confused with the more current James Bond Seamaster Diver 300M is the brand's vintage reproduction of the original 1957 Seamaster 300. Nonetheless, the previous generation, 2014, was a little too technical and athletic. Omega appears to have realized this and is introducing a whole new model for 2021. The casing, the dial, the movement, and the majority of the features are all new, with an appearance inspired by the 1957 model CK2913. There's even a one-of-a-kind bronze-gold alloy variant on the way. Now, let's have a look at this 2021 Omega Seamaster 300 collection closely. Before we get into the specifics, it's worth noting that in addition to the steel models, Omega is releasing a third model made of an unusual alloy that sticks out from the rest of the collection. This will require its own subsection, but first, let's look at the 2 steel variants. The Omega Seamaster 300 collection's foundations have been preserved with a casing that measures 41 mm in diameter, but is now 13.85 mm slimmer than before. The case retains its angular appearance with symmetrical case bands, no crown guards, and smooth top and side surfaces. The lugs also have a lovely polished bevel on the side, although this is nothing new. The case bands were brushed while the flat surfaces were polished. Finally, there's a new conical screw-in crown, and water resistance remains at 300 meters, as the name proposes. A new, much more domed sapphire crystal covers the dial, highlighting the watch's classical appeal once more. Now, take a look at the bezel, as well as its dimensions. If you may notice, they have undergone some changes. First and foremost, the dial opening has been expanded from 29.5 mm to 30.4 mm, and the bezel is now narrower than before. This makes the watch appear lighter and less bulky. Although the bezel has its characteristic coin edge contour and 2-part design, the insert in these 2 steel models is matte oxalic anodized aluminum, which is put out there for increased resistance and also has a cleaner, less flashy, and vintage appearance. The 60-minute scale is similarly spotless, with a brilliant dot and minimum graduations. The dial has also been updated for the new Omega Seamaster 300 collection with the same classic aesthetic and slimmer design. As a result, the company has chosen a 2-layer sandwich dial. The bottom one has a vintage-looking super luminova coating, while the top one has cut-out proportions for the recessed hour markers and numerals displaying the lume below. The new polished ceramic dials have a laser-engraved wave design. They come in black, blue, or a PVD chrome finish or physical vapor deposition chrome finish. The date window has been shifted from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and all applicable indexes have been elevated. And as an homage to history, these numbers are all in the antique Arabic open form, which first appeared on early Seamaster 300 models in the 1960s. The dial's matte and the slightly grainy base is offered in warm black or blue to match the bezel's insert. This new Omega Seamaster 300's hands have also been redesigned. The hour hand with blue emission retains its faceted arrow form, but the minute hand with green emission is shaped like a sword. The big story here is the Lollipop seconds hand, which has a super luminova tip. The dial is cleaner overall, with simply the bare minimum of text, logo, company name, and model name, and no allusions to the movement's mechanics. Excellent work, Omega. This new Omega Seamaster 300 also has new strap and bracelet variations. The first is a thin vintage-style leather strap with a steel pin buckle. The steel bracelet has been redesigned with external polished links and a brushed center link inverted from the previous version, and the form has been ergonomically modified with streamlined fittings and a slimmer, polished, and brushed clasp with fine adjustment. But it's really about modernism under the hood. The brand's coaxial master chronometer caliber 8910 has replaced the previous caliber 8400 in the watch. Although the construction is essentially the same, Metas has now approved this new movement as a master chronometer. This huge and strong automatic movement boasts a twin-barrel construction with a 60-hour power reserve, a 3.5 Hz frequency for its silicone escapement with coaxial technology, and is resistant to magnetic fields up to 15,000 Gauss, in addition to its certified accuracy. Under a sapphire case back with a wave edge design, it is visible. The design is truly a classic Omega. Today we can share the good news that the Bond watch is back. Just a little bit different from before, a tad more modern, slightly bigger at 42mm, and with the wave pattern reincorporated on the dial that is more reminiscent of the iconic Bond watch. The new watches are equipped with the Master Chronometer Caliber 8800 movement, of course, anti-magnetic to 15,000 Gauss, and tested in the Omega Metis Labs. Plus, this will be the first Seamaster Diver 300M with a see-through caseback. So that's it. That concludes our video for today. We hope you enjoyed the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 as much as we did. Are you excited to dive into the deep with your Seamaster Diver 300? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more amazing videos like this one. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!